Hello and welcome back to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. It is a Monday, but unfortunately it is a solo day as Rob couldn't make it. So I went digging into some of the scenarios that were skipped and found this one today for you all. Now, this scenario does have a special mention here, so hopefully it'll be fun. Also, I'm just noticing something, and I hope that's just a typo. Do I have to actually look up some errata live? God dang it. All right, so for all of you who have been following regularly, this scenario is from Le Franc-Tireur. It is the essentially the French group that decides that makes a lot of ASL products or a lot of goodies in their collection, and unfortunately, this one is may not be the shining star that we typically see or see more frequently from LFT. Now, this scenario, there is something to mention about it, and that is that it is technically a reprint, and I don't know how much of it has ever been changed from its original form. Now, why I mention that this is a reprint is because technically this scenario, on the scenario card itself, mentions that it's a Ve Victis scenario, specifically Ve Victis 41. Excuse me. And for those who don't know, Ve Victis is a pretty long running print war game magazine at the time of writing or at the time of streaming anyways. I don't think they're in any threat of insolvency or anything, but they've been around for a long time, so much so that it feels like a lot of the LFT scenarios are sometimes given to Ve Victis or licensed to them for sale, and then years down the line, I think the either the right expires and they get to print it as their own, or I don't know. There's some sort of agreement going on. It'd be I'd have to see if I can find any information on it, or just email them directly. Now, what that means for today is that there's a bit of a history for this scenario that can be looked into. Whether that history is nice or not, well, suffice to say that the scenario archive paints a harsh picture of it, I think is the best way to put it. So this scenario has, let me see here if I can find the actual magazine it's from. It's not 61, it'll be 64. Yeah, so Ve Victis 64 is the magazine it comes from, published in January, apparently, January 2000. So, long time from now, anyways, and was reprinted in 2019, so almost 20 years later. Obviously, the Ve Victis titles are in French, so 20 years later, if you translate it to French, it's 20 après. There's no real good way to say it otherwise. And it seems that maybe someone copied and pasted the information on the scenario archive. My scenario paper or page or whatever lists the Germans having a in the SSRs. There's only, well, I guess the three of them matter, but the Germans have level A booby trap capability in this scenario. In the scenario archive, they're listed on both the French and English version, or I guess original and reprint, that they have booby trap level B, and so I think the archive might have it wrong. Either way, that's taking part. Essentially, booby traps. I don't have we ever played, maybe like once. Booby traps essentially, depending on the level, it affects all pin task checks or all task checks of 10 and greater. Now, depending on the level of booby trap, it affects different numbers within the 10, 11, 12 structure. Booby trap level A, I believe, is 11s and 12s cause issues to whoever rolls that number. Now, because booby traps are in effect as part of the Germans. It just means that the French are the ones who will be affected by this. Additionally, another SSR for the Germans is that the LMGs, which they have two of, have a breakdown number of 11, which, I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's nothing spectacular. And invoking no quarter is not applicable for either side, so you can't do any shenanigans with refusing prisoners, that sort of thing. Now, a thing that makes this scenario notable and probably probably short-lived is that this scenario has the French, who have a force of 9 units and a piddly ELR of 2, are essentially trying to escape off of the right side in our viewing aspect here of the board. So originally, it's supposed to on the scenario card you'd be playing sort of vertically rather than horizontally, but Vassal doesn't let you set up in certain ways, so unfortunately we have to do it this way. And yeah, the French have to get off board. They have to exit 9 exit VP off the south edge, which again is on the right side. So 9 is their minimum. For every 2 CVP fractions rounded down amassed by the Germans, the exit requirement for the French is increased by 1. So there's kind of a double whammy here that I'm not quite sure if it really makes all that much sense. The French are just really punished if they ever lose units, and they have to get units off board, which is just not really great, no matter what. To make things worse, the Germans have really come prepared in this scenario. They have a SAN of 5, which is outside of 6 and 7 is the highest you'll get. So, the odds are the French, if they try anything, will roll snipers, which is really bad, as you might imagine. The Germans all start concealed, or can all start concealed. There's really no reason not to start concealed. You also get some dummy counters. I'm not highlighting anything. You can unfortunately see where the LMGs are because I put info on them. But outside of that, the French, so the Germans set up anywhere on board 46, which is the left board, north or on hex row DD. So, anywhere in this area. There's no reason to ever set up further north than CC as far as I care. There's just no point to it. And the French must set up on board 46 on hex rows EE and FF. So there's no real way to go. For whatever reason, I decided I'd just set up everybody in stone buildings, as there's stone buildings pretty much everywhere. I don't think this is particularly helpful. I think I should have set up in FF and just kind of hope that my first movement is really good and helps out. So without further ado, I think we'll just dive in here, and it's probably going to be a short scenario. So we'll go with weather. Weather has no chains whatsoever. There's no rally phase actions I care to do. Prep fire. Now, prep fire is a really big question here. Anything I shoot will be doubled and halved if it's against any of the adjacent concealed units, and I really need to get off board. So, honestly, I think there's just I need to run units around, see where I can get, and then, pray to God kind of idea here. So first things first, I think I'm going to skip movement. I'm going to go, skip prep fire and go to movement. First thing I'm going to do is have a squadron EE6 declare dash, which I believe I need to actually double check this because this is going to be important. I forget if you can use dash if it takes all your movement. I believe you can, but it's been a while since it's taken all of, equal or less than the units available. So they're going to dash into GG, what is that, 10987, going through FF6. I am not going to want that to happen as the Germans, so I'm just going to immediately reveal 2 squads. They're going to shoot at the guy in FF6. They don't have a height advantage. I just have everybody on the ground floor because honestly, it makes more sense as the French, and the Germans shouldn't be trying to lose movement over this anyways. So as he gets into FF6, the guys in DD7 will shoot. It is halved because of the dash. There is a +2 for the wall. There's a -1 for non-assault movement. And there's a -1 for the leader. So it's a 4 flat. Starting off well here, which is not a good sign for the French. 6 on 4 is a normal morale check. Morale check is a 10. It's a normal, so immediately those guys will ELR, which is really bad. Really, really bad. So they will ELR, and there will be, I guess technically there's a 4 residual, because it's only halved against the dashing guys. That does not inspire me with a lot of faith here in being able to have some success here. So I think I'm going to have the next guys in EE6 declare CX. They will go to FF5. I actually forget if these guys are real. These guys are not real, and I don't think anybody else has line of sight on them. So I'm essentially going to keep moving this guy, and then we'll just erase this because I can't really do anything more out of it. So, so 1, would they get spotted there? I don't think so. 2, 3, 4. I think they're still not getting sighted, and then 6 into DD4. I think that makes the most sense. I don't know how much else. See, this is just really tricky because I don't know what sight lines are available for everybody here. So if I do this guy in the LMG here. Okay, this should be safe. I'm going to have the 8-0 leader with the 2 squads. We're going to go to FF4 for 1. We're going to bypass GG7 on the bottom side for 2. 3 into FF6. 4, 5 into EE6. I guess technically I don't need a CX. Shouldn't need to CX, so I'll leave him there for, you know what? Nah, never mind. I'll late CX and go to DD6. Stack in EE5, again, I think can go unperturbed here. So they'll go to FF4 for 1, GG6 for 2, FF6 for 3. Yeah, I don't think I can spot them with that. These guys will make the same move. What else? What else? And then these guys, I'm so worried that FF7 is not, I should probably move these guys the other way around. Yeah, I'm gonna have I really should have made real guys be in DD5. I don't know what I was doing. These guys are also fake. All right, cool. Yeah, that's like the only thing that the Germans don't have going for them right now, or in this scenario, is that they have 6 squads, which is not a lot, as you can probably figure out where the squads are. So 2, 4, 5, 6. It does not lend to a lot of flexibility. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. When I'm here, yeah, I don't think anybody spots them. I think they can get there for 6. Go to defensive fire. I'm just gonna reveal guys because it really doesn't matter at this point. I think the only thing I can do is have the guys who didn't shoot and are still concealed. They will take a 8-up 1. They won't succeed. And that will be it for defensive on the first turn. Advanced fire phase, there's none that I can do. Routes, this guy has to go to GG4. It's the only place he can go to. You know what? Thinking about it, this scenario does make sense as one where it really teaches you the limitations of routing right away, just because there's not a lot of spaces to go to in terms of like woods, buildings, woods, right? So you're really stuck on where you can go. Advances, I'm gonna have the guy with the LMG go into the woods. Guy without it goes into the brush. I don't need these guys in here, so I'm gonna have leader and squad will go to grain. Other guy will go to brush. And then maybe I can jump these guys out this way. You know what? I'm going to split them up. I feel very vulnerable with these guys. I'm going to split them up. I could do... You know what? I'm going to have one squad go there. He's going to watch. I can get 5 points. Or at least I can set these guys up in the, say, like Y4, X2, or whatever. Do it that way. There's no CC. We go to turn 1 for the Germans. They will roll for weather. No change. Rally phase. There's only one. He's not going to rally. Yeah, that's it. All right. Prep fire phase. No prep fires to do. Yeah, I don't think there's any, like, there's one I could do technically, but it's not a good one, so there's not much of a point. We'll go to movement phase. First things first, squad with the LMG and DD9 will go to DD8 for 1, bypass 2 and EE8, and then go to FF7 for 3. This will re-DM these guys. I don't think anybody has a shot on him. I might with these guys. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna try. That's from there. They'll take a shot. It's clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6 down 2. Ouch. That is a 3 on 6 is a K2. Morale check. Those guys will break. I think that ELRs them. Sniper activates. That's not a great sign. Distance direction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, it would hit these guys, and we're invoking the sniper rule, so the French will lose a CVP out of that. This guy is burst fired, but only inherent because he got rate of fire. Squad over in DD1 is going to declare CX. They will go to DD2 for 2. And I'm gonna try the same thing. DD7 to DD2, range 6. It's going to be a 4 down 1 up 2. So up 1. Nothing. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's anything else I really want to risk here. And shooting into the stone building is not going to make any sense. It's not going to bother with it. It is a half squad. I'm not particularly worried about the half squad here. Two, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of pluses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay. I think I have to try that. We're gonna go risky here, because again, it's a fairly short scenario, anyways. Low unit counts and all that. I'm gonna have this stack in DD7, leader in 2 squads. I'm gonna go into EE8 as a bypass movement for 1, into FF8 for 2. There's no, I don't think I'm gonna have a better time to shoot. So DD4 is going to shoot at them. It's gonna be 8 firepower up 2. So it's +2 for hindrance, -1 for non-assault movement, and then +1 for CX. So 4 up 2, no result, unfortunately. Or sorry, 8 up 2. Why did I say 4 up 2? 8 up 2 is a pin task check, because that'll be 9 on 8. So task check, leader's fine. Squad will pin. And so one squad pins, the other guy's fine. Not the greatest, but still. So 3. Yeah, 3. Does anybody else risk shooting? Not yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think there I'm gonna fire group BB4, BB5. Hindrance 2, hindrance 1. Okay. So hindrance 2, so there's another +2 shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 up 2. This is a normal morale check. Morale check on the leader. Leader breaks, and squad is fine. Alright, well, this is turned out to go not too great. So this has happened. These guys... Try I can mark them like that. There's... I think there'd be 1, 8, have to 4, 2, 1, yeah. There'd be 1 residual there. This would have... 1 residual, I think. Because then the 2 hindrance, I think. Not 100% sure on that one. Yeah, this guy has to route. It's fine. Oh, I do need to put residual there. That's a 2. 2 residual. I'm not doing too great right now with that. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? Let's do I need to be that aggressive? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get there for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Let's try to be spicy here. So 1, bypass 2, 3. So 1 down, 2. Nope. 4. This might be the best shot this guy has. But man, that's sniper. What would I need? This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It might actually be 4 hindrance. So it's a +3 on 4. Let's see what our number is here. Is that a plus? It's just +3, which means it'd be a +2. So it's a normal morale check. Leader breaks, squad's pinned, and other squad's fine. Jeez, my leaders are always garbage. Yeah, I don't get the bonus anymore for movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's gonna be it for their movement. That's a real big shame for the Germans. They're missing out on kind of all the best stuff. All right, well, um, I don't think there's any other defensive fire I can really do. Advanced fire phase, I mean, 3.5 up 1, 7 on 3.5 pintash check. Leader is fine. Squad is fine. Sniper doesn't activate. Is there anybody else to shoot with? You know what? I'll take the opportunity to shoot 3 up 1. 6 on 3 is a pintash check. Really? Only a pintash check? If only I had a half. Alright, well, doesn't matter. So, that's it for that. Take off our residuals and our defensive and prep here. Routes. I thought I took off residual. So, routes, attacker first. So, this guy will go FF7, will go back. Leader will go back into the same building because that is the closest for him. This leader doesn't need to move, so he's not going to. French side has to, doesn't technically have to route, but there's no reason not to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 4 movements. Because I don't think he can't see them there. I can't get, ooh, that's actually, that might not be legal. So 5, he sees him there. 4, he could go with this guy. 4, 4, 4. Yeah, okay. No, he can still, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he has to go to, he can't go into DD4. He has to go into DD5. Yeah, I think his route location has to be, or route path has to be DD6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's able to make it. All right. Advances. The squad in GD2 will go to FF2, and then the squad in CC1 will go to BB1 because I don't want to stack them. I think that's about all I can really do. I got the LMG, goes to GG7, and yeah, everybody else got pinned and whatnot. CC phase, nothing, sadly. So we'll go to French turn 2. French turn 2, weather, no change. Take off our pins. Rally phase, they can try to rally, doesn't make it, so DM will come off. Germans will try to rally in EE8. They will get it, kind of regretting that a little bit. Bottom guy still has DM, but might as well try. And then try to self-rally. The other leader will not be successful. But a 9-1 is still good, all things considered. Prep fire phase. I think I'm okay with having these two guys shoot at the guy in GG7. They will cower, so their 10 firepower will go down to a 6. Which is kind of punishing here. It goes down to a 6. It is a 5 on 6, which is a 1 morale check. And he just barely breaks, which is very unfortunate. I'm missing a lot of these easy numbers, it feels like. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to do out of this. Movement phase, how do we structure this? I think I want to have so I've got 4 turns of movement. I can definitely get off board from here in 3. So I think I'm gonna have leader will go to CC6 for 2. I'm not gonna shoot him. Then DD6 for 4. Not gonna shoot him. Squad BB5 is going to go to AA6 for 1. Do I shoot him? No, I think I let that guy go. Goes to Z6 for 2, and then Y6 for 4. I think kind of same idea here. Let's keep the hindrance out of the way. So go to BB5 for 1, AA6 for 2. Range is only 4, so it'll be half, so it's not worth it. And then to Z5 for 4 total. CX comes off. This guy in CC6. He's just going to go to BB6 for 1. 2-3 to AA7. Leader with the LMG. Yeah, like, I could potentially threaten this guy and cause him failure to route, like if I go to FF3, but anything happens to this guy, that's 3 points. And I'm already very close to needing an extra 1 exit victory point, so that's not really worthwhile. So I think these guys are going to be really safe here. We'll do 2, 4, 6. And then these guys, I definitely need to get them out of here, because I don't have enough with just these guys. So I need to move guys out. So I think I'm going to have one guy go to CC5 first. This guy will take a shot at them. I believe that's a down 1. Yeah, it's a 4 down 1. Cowers to 2, but there's still a 5-on-2, which is a normal morale check. My morale checks are terrible. I'll be 1 residual. Yeah, my morale checks have just been bad. And the question here is, do I go through... He's going to lose CX. Do I go through DD5? Because either I'm taking 1 down 2, and then potentially a second shot. Actually, this guy coward, so he's final. So I guess that's less of something to think about. I feel like I'm going to regret going through there. I'm going to go to DD5. I feel like giving the free shot, it's going to... I will regret it forever if it screws me over. So, 3 squads are all going to take shots as a fire group. They all see him, I believe. Yeah, they all see him, which is very unfortunate. Max hindrance is 3 from anybody, really. So it's +3, down 1 for non-assault movement. So +2. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's 8 firepower up to nothing. So that guy gets to go safe. He's there for 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I'm a little worried I'm boxing myself into here, but yeah, not the end of the world, I guess. I think that's it for movement. Defensive fire phase, I don't really have any other shots I can do, to be honest. So we'll just go to advance, which I'm not going to do anything. I don't think there's really any shots that are worthwhile there. Routes is going to be kind of interesting. I don't need to move this guy. I'm not going to bother. If the French want to waste time shooting at him, then so be it. But this guy in CC5 has to make it to Z6. It's the closest one he can do, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess technically 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has to go here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, he has to go here, which means he has to be. Can he not be interdicted if I go here? 2, 4. I think he's fine because I can't nail him in there without long distance. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Germans don't have anybody to route. Advances. I'm gonna pull these guys back. These guys will go in the woods. This guy will follow. These guys are fine where they are. Yeah, I think they're fine where they are. Go to CC phase. yeah, you know what? I prefer having him there for now. CC phase, there's no CC. We go to turn 2 for the Germans. Weather, no change. Rally phase. I mean, might as well try to self-rally this guy first. Doesn't make it. DM comes off. Try to self-rally. The leader makes it. And then this guy does not make it. Unfortunate. That's it for rallies. Go to prep fire. Is there any prep fire I want to do? I kind of want to take... It's not in range, so it's not really worthwhile. I think I might skip on it. Yeah, you know what? I think I have to go... Well, I have to. I think I will go to movement phase. Did I try to rally this guy? I don't think I did. He doesn't rally. And this DN comes off. Alright. There. Proper cleanup. Okay. So, movement phase. Who do I move first? I think I'm going to have FF8 go to GG3 for 1, FF3 for 2, and then EE4 for 3. I don't think these guys are in a position to shoot at anybody because of this building, but I will have the building shoot. Just a squad, leader directed, might as well. It's a flat shot, so it's a 7-on-4, which is a pin test check, and they are fine. That's a big bummer right there. Yeah, not the end of the world, but it is a little problematic. Do I CX him is a real big question. Because he's there for 3. No, he's not going to CX. Next squad will go 1. Or actually, that's true. How much? That would be 4, have 2. There'd be a 1. Do I want to risk a 1 down 1? Sure. 3, 1 down 1. No, he's fine. So they're there now for 3. I think I'm going to be a little cheeky with this next one here. So we'll do 1, 2. It's not... I don't think it'll be worth it if I add the guy in the back. So guy in AA7 is going to take a shot. It is a 4-up-2 shot. Just missed, which is really unfortunate. Is there any other shots I can take? Not really. So that's 2, 3. When I get there, I'm going to have... shoot. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm not going to... No, I didn't claim it when I said it. I should have said it. I should have had this guy shoot with him, but I didn't. So I'm going to try a shot with them as well. It's gonna get blocked. It's gonna get blocked for sure. Nah, I'll just have a shot with. DD6 is gonna shoot. It is a 2 flat, I believe. 7-on-2 is nothing, unfortunately. I'm not sure if this guy sees it. I really don't think he would. That's so close. I don't think he would. I'm going to say he won't, because I don't want to risk it. But I will take a 2 flat shot. Also, no. And then he gets to FF6 for 4. And really just to put pressure on the guy with the LMG. Leader over here is kind of done with this, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have a shot with this guy. That's just a clean shot, sure. What is it, range 6? So it's a 2 down 1. Come on. It's a K1. Ugh. Well, yeah, it just means wound, or, yeah, wounds, he's dead. Okay. Well, leader's getting nothing today. Kind of ridiculous. This guy in the bottom is going to lose his CX. He'll go... yeah, I can't really go much further with him. It's just unfortunate. 2, 4. I'm going to hope this guy sees him. And I think I'm going to subsequent with this guy as well. He sees him. It's a clean shot. That's a clean shot. So that's a 6 down 1. They will cower, so nothing. Oops. God dang it. Come on. And then the leader is going to go and join them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be 2 down 1. Alright, I didn't suffer catastrophe second time in a row. Cool. Man, that's a bummer. I shouldn't be losing leaders like that. Like, there's random. So random. Alright, defensive fire phase. I think everybody's shot. There's not much I can really do. I guess I can attempt a shot from DD7 to here. It's blocked. That was a really good shot, too. Advanced fire phase. Hopefully I've stolen the good luck here. I'm going to have the 2 squads in EE4 are going to shoot at DD6. This is specifically so that even under the threat of cowering, they won't... it wouldn't fall off so that they can DM this guy, essentially. Although I guess in some circles there's not a reason to do that, because now he can route rather than where he was, which he would be stuck with. Which, thinking about it now, makes way more sense to not do that. So I'm not going to do that. You know what, whatever. I'll take it away just like I did with the French. This side... I guess kind of same idea. Is there really a benefit? I would get a 2 flat. You know what? A 2 flat I can try. 7, nothing. But same idea. It will DM this guy. Cool. That is it for advancing fire phase. We'll go to routes. Germans only had a KIA, so they don't have to worry about that. This guy in Z5, here's the issue with routing and like forced routing distances. He has to go to Y6, can't go any further. Guy in DD6 is going to route to CC8. It's the closest woods. So 1, 2, 3, and he can continue 4, 5 into BB8. Yeah, and I think legally he can do that without having too many issues there. So that's it for route. Advanced phase. We'll toss in a squad. Have these guys occupy DD4. Like, I guess technically I could keep him there. Because these guys have to move out anyways. You know what? Maybe the play is have a squad going EE6. Because if these 2 guys shoot, then they're really stuck for the rest of the scenario. CXing and whatnot, like, they can get a distance, but these guys can watch them. And the door is closing, at least somewhat. Yeah, and then these guys, do I want them to advance? Yes. I'll have them go here. Now, you know what? I'll do the same thing. If the French want to shoot, then they'll be stuck there, and that's bad. So, I think I'll just do it that way. Turn 3 for the French. Weather, no change. Man, I've hit sniper numbers like 3 times on weather. Damn. Rally phase. Self-rally? Nope. And rally? Nope. Okay. That's it for rallies. Prep fire phase. Who wants to stay behind? I think I'm going to have the guy in the building stay behind. He's going to shoot 8 flats. Didn't matter. And then I'll have a 4 flat. Also not matter. Damn it. Okay. Everybody else has to move. I think I have to move everybody else. Yeah. Movement phase. What doesn't get people shot here? Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, splitting that in half also makes that really annoying. I think I'm just going to try and get out of here with these guys. So there's CX. We'll go 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. These guys will CX for 2, 4, 6. Same idea. They'll CX go to Z7. I'm going to have both squads shoot at him. It's a 4-1. Doesn't matter. They will not be successful. So that's 2, 4, 6. Guy in the grain is going to declare CX. He'll go to CC8 for 2, 4, and then 6 into AA8. And then this guy is going to go 2, 4. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can really do here. I don't want to CX him. Mostly because I'm going to get him to go against the wall and watch this guy. And I feel like the CX is going to matter. Yeah, and I don't want this guy to move because I can potentially rally this turn. I guess I could go over to this side, but then you risk getting shot. Like, for how silly it is, I don't think it's worthwhile. Although I guess technically I can't shoot him because these guys exist. So I can do 2, 4, 5, and then I'll advance afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Defensive fire phase, that's a stone building. I mean, 8 up 3, why not? No success. And then these guys will shoot back as a 4 flat. Also, no. Wow, my shots have been just dog water today. IFT 7.48. Yeah. A lot of 6s, but also a lot of 8 and above. All right. That's it for defensive. Advanced fire phase, nobody really has any shots that can make anyways. So we'll go to routes. I don't think there's anybody that can route, actually. I don't think anybody's under DM. Yeah, nope. So advances. Sucker. Sorry, bug in the room. Advance phase. I mean, I could be super daring and have this guy go in there. I don't think he's got much of a chance to live. Maybe I can 1-1 CC and do something about it. We'll have this guy go into... Oh, man, that's... No, you know what? He'll go there. Leader will join him. This guy goes to the wall. And then if he's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he'll go down so he can watch the road. These guys go there. And then these guys will go into the road so they can march out. I think that's the plan. CC, there is a CC. There is no ambush chance or anything because it's brush, not woods. So it's a straight 1-1 for the French. Yeah, because it's simultaneous, the Germans will get to roll and they'll get to choose infiltration, which there's literally no reason not to take the stone building now. So they'll infiltrate the stone building. That's a bummer. We'll go to turn 3. Germans, weathers, no change whatsoever. Rally phase, going to try and self-rally guy in GG7. They will make it, which spells even more disaster for this guy. French will try to rally a guy in Y6 and won't get him by 1. Prep fire phase, the newly housed D6 will shoot 8 flat against the guy next door. They will cower to a 6. 6 on 6 is still a 1 morale check, and they will ELR and break. Yep, okay. Yeah, okay, well. Is there any other prep fire I can do? I mean, technically I can shoot this guy over here. What's my win condition as the Germans? I have eliminated 1 CVP and can potentially force the loss of a 2nd, which is what I'm going to do. Actually, I can't shoot. No, I'm going to have to shoot those guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to shoot those guys. Because I can't invoke no quarter. So I can't get free CVP that way. And if I surround them, they'll get a quarter. Okay. So I could take a shot at this guy, but that's not really worth it. So how much CVP does the French guy have? He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 just here. These guys could all potentially get off. And that would get him a win. If I kill at least 1 more CVP, then they need to get an extra squad off, which isn't like super unrealistic. I don't want to charge in here. Despite how funny it would be to try and get CC into Y6, it's not worth it. This is a conundrum. That guy's a full squad, huh? Yeah, that guy's a full squad. Okay, I don't think there's any prep fire I want to do. So let's at least do that. Squad with the leader. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I have a shot with them, but I will try anyways. The 4, 5, 7. Yeah, blocked. Yeah, okay. I didn't think they would, but margins and all that. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. Hedge would have blocked it. All day long. It would have blocked it. I'm an idiot. Clearly, I am too tired right now. I think the next thing to do is FF6, then EE7 for 3 total. Yeah, I think I'll have this squad try to shoot at him. No. Really not thinking about this. I just want to take fast decisions here. Yeah. Well, what I can do is have Have a squad go to DD5 for 1. Then into CC6 for 3. I'm going to try shooting the guy at him with the guy in X7. It's a clean shot. Okay, well, it's a 4 flat. Cowers, but it's a 1 morale check on 4. Yikes. I just have not had any luck on morale checks today. Then there's 1 residual. I think I need to risk it at this point. We'll go 1 into CC5. This guy will take a shot in ZZ7 or Z7. It's 1 hindrance. So it's a 6 up 1. 9 on 6 is nothing. Pretty sure I have no rate of fire. Go to BB4 for 2. I don't think I can shoot him. Then we'll go to AA5 for 3. I can attempt to shoot him anyways. It is a down 1 on 3. It's a 5 on 3 is a normal morale check. I've just not had any goddamn luck. That's unbelievable. I know it's early war, but damn. You'd think at some point. I don't have any other shots. Advanced fire phase. That's it. Advanced fire phase. Squad in EE7 is going to take a shot. So it's going to be 7 flat against that guy. 6 on 7 is a 1 morale check. And this guy is now a half squad. I guess I should also start doing this. CVP and EVP. Yeah. Might be able to. Alright, that is advanced fire phase. Is there any other advanced fire phase to do? No, because everybody's broken. Speaking of routes. Routes. Residual. I mean, this guy's gonna low crawl. And then guy in, actually, guy can't low crawl there. You can see this guy. No, I think this guy's eliminated for failure to route. Because I'm getting closer to this guy. It was really like the worst spot to be broken in. This guy will go to DD4 through CC5. He has to take a interdiction. Passes, surprisingly. He goes here. And now this guy is also screwed. Now he doesn't have paths that would force prisoner. Because this guy's now in DD4. Because this just gets him closer. But any other option... Let me double check prisoner rules here. Because I think those guys would still be eliminated. Unable to route away or only able to route while being subject or resorting to low crawl. Yeah. Yeah, I think because this guy is now in DD4, it cuts off this guy's route path. And he can't go anywhere. Because this would be... You can't... Like, there's not a... It's not because of low crawl or whatever. I think this guy would be eliminated. Please chime in if I am incorrect. I believe that's how it would go, honestly. Because this is interdiction. That's interdiction. Figure that out. We know that. These two are occupied. So the only option is EE5. But it's not for failure to low crawl... Or because he'd be interdicted, it's because this guy now exists in DD4. I think that's how it would work. So yeah, that guy's eliminated for failure to route, which brings it the CVP to 3. Advanced phase, you guys can go into the woods. You can come into the building, I guess. And the guy, actually, I should take, not what I wanted to do. Take off prep and defensive. And the squad in the building will go into the brush. I think that's the only thing that really makes sense here. No CC phase. Turn 4 for the French. Now, I need to start getting people off board now. Now there's no option here. So 6 on weather. No change. Boom. Rally phase. Is there any... There's a self-rally I can try. Didn't get it. And rally. 6 will get it on that guy. Okay. I can try to work with this. Prep fire, I really don't. I think the only thing I would want to do is 4 up 1. No. That's the only risk I can take. Movement phase. Let's do the easy ones first. I think that'll serve us best here. So 1, 2, 3 off board for 4. So that is 3 EVP. This guy loses CX. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Advanced phase, he's functionally off board. We'll just count it now. I mean, I'll leave it there, but I'll just count it now just for simplicity's sake. This guy will lose CX. 1. Actually, you know what? He was on the road. I think he gets road bonus. Yeah. This guy starts on... technically, I guess he's in the woods roads, whatever roads for 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus. Oh, I'm a dork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 points. Alright. These guys lose CX. They go here for 2. Yeah, 3, 4. There's not anything else exposes them as well, which is a real big problem. This gang, I don't want to risk the big thing just yet. So how do I get these guys out? I need the movement. I think I need the movement no matter what. So here for 1, nobody sees them. 2, 3 should be safe. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's about as much as I can realistically do. I don't think both of these guys see him, but I will try anyways. No. But that is a clean shot. So it's a 4 up 1. Cowers. It's a 5 on 2, which is a normal morale check. He is dead. So that is another CVP. So these guys are first fired. And then stacking V3 is going to shoot 4 up 1. 6 on 4 is a normal morale check. These guys are pinned. That absolutely sucks. That is not great. I could try to CC him for a kill. I think that might be what I try to do. Yeah, that's it for defensive. Advancing, there's none. Routes, there's none. This guy should have lost DM. Defensive. And we go to, yeah, no routes. Advances, 1, 1. You can go there because I want road bonus. Yeah, well, it'll CX anyways. No CC. We go to German turn 4. Weather. Okay, so after weather, take off our pins here. Okay, so after weather, what is the victory condition left for the French? So the French have to get 9. The Germans have accumulated 4 CVP, which increases the number required by 2. So they need 11. So if they need 11, they need to exit these 3 squads at the very least, which they can do. And then this guy gets to CX. So I need to essentially, this will be 11. That's 12. I would need to kill this squad and reduce another. Like, have to. So yeah. I guess technically rally phase. I'm gonna try and rally this guy because it's the only shot I have. Wouldn't have mattered. Didn't get it. Prep fire, none. Movement phase. I'm gonna regret a lot of this. I'm gonna regret this for sure. I have to see X2. Okay. Leader is going to assault move to V4. I will take a shot. Yikes. That is a normal. The one time the leader passes, and then assault move takes a second shot because there's no reason not to. That is another down one, so another normal, I think. The one time I passed both, that sucks for them. Okay. CC6 declares CX goes. How do I get there? 1, 2, bypass 3, bypass 4, 5, 6. Nope. I think I can only do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 into the woods. Take a shot. 12 down flat. It's 12 flat. 10 on 12 is a pintash check. He's fine. God damn. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, I have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6. Down 2 on that guy. I think 7 on 6 normal. I think I could be wrong on that one, but that's my thinking here. Yeah. Can't do anything else for movement. These guys will try to shoot because why not? The guys are now in the woods, so that would count. I believe it counts. Does it count the hindrance? I think it just counts the wood. So it's a 8 up 2. Nope. And then this guy will subsequent. It's a 6 up 1. So that's what, a 4 on 6. Jeez. Do a round check on the unbroken guy is now pinned. Yeah, that's gonna. I think that. Well, it's not game, but it is supremely annoying. That matters. So he's pinned. This guy is, I believe, he's reduced. Yeah, it's 8. So that happened. Yeah, advanced fire phase. I mean, I will try a 2 up 2. Nope. Didn't have the LMG though. And then a 4 up 2. 7 pintash check. That guy is pinned. Alright, that guy's screwed. Well, potentially screwed. Anyways, I shouldn't say he is screwed. This guy is going to simply route here for 1. And yeah, that's it for routes. Advances, you can guess that one. 1, bypass 2, bypass 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can't get that guy off board. I have to go via the road. Pretty sure I have to get off the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, I guess technically. Yeah. I don't think I can prevent a win from the French here. So that's advances. CC, there's no, yeah, it's just an open hex. There's nothing there, so this is 1 to 1, down 1. Didn't get it. And the French will be a 1 to 2 with no modifier. And they're off by 1. So this goes to melee. Which, again, doesn't help the Germans out at all here. There's no other CC. And then let's see if we can game this out fast enough here. Weather, no change. Rally phase, and take out pins. Rally phase, only the Germans have anything, so they'll lose DM status. We go to prep fire. And the question is, how many guys can I get off? Versus how many do I need? So I have 5 off board. I could potentially lose this last squad if the CC does not go well. So these guys can jump out for 2, gets this to 7. I'm gonna do that now because I know I can't shoot with them, so there's no point. There's no point to shoot with these guys. So 1, 2, 3, they're off board. That's another 5 points. So that gets them to 12. So I don't technically need to get anybody off. Because that, even if this guy, yeah, so I could do anything with this guy. But it won't matter. I can get him off. So 2 or 1, bypass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can advance off board for 14. And then this doesn't matter what happens, so we can just game it out as a French will go first, 1 to 2, and then Germans will be 1 to 1 down 1. They'll get the kill, which brings this to a 6 CVP, which means they would have needed a 12, but they were able to get it. So interesting scenario is pretty much all I can say. Strangely, this scenario has had no plays apparently in the French version. I think it's because people may have translated it, or the scenario archive kind of just points towards the later one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misreading it. I don't know. But that seems to be what's going on here. Now it's interesting to point out that the Germans have had a very high victory rate in this one. I do think that the German units I had just broke too often on some really poor shots. Both leaders broke. This guy broke, never got the LMG back, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's pretty self-evident. There's some, I think also I wasn't really being the best with positions. So for example, it feels to me like there's a much better incentive to like not setting a guy up in DD5 was a real big mistake because you don't get to watch the road. So I think DD5 is something you need to have a guy in. DD7 is kind of similar, DD9 as well, to really cut off those long paths. And then you have maybe a guy in DD1 like I did to maybe if you try to go through this open ground. It makes sense from a defensive standpoint, but otherwise, yeah, the French starting positions, I think you kind of just have to set up in the FF hex row. There's no reason not to set up that way. There's really just no point. I really feel like if you were meant to be in the stone buildings, the Germans should go first, and I think maybe there's more interest there. But then you can get a lot of CCs at the start, and that kind of ruins the flow of the scenario, really. But yeah, I say these things just because when I was looking through some of the comments from people who had played, they seemed to be pretty down on the French. So quick fun fighting withdrawal scenario. The French created a hero at 7-0 and then tried to exit the entire OB rather than sacrifice a few squads to covering force. Germans were able to break and capture a good number of squads, putting the scenario out of reach for the French. I would play it again. Well-placed German LMGs on the flank tore the French apart. A very nice opponent for a fun, intense game. French tried to exit 75% of their OB, but they failed, helped by the Germans. Victory conditions were out of reach on the last turn. Misplayed as part of Illuminating Rounds number 9. David Ramsey, how could you misplay that in 2020? Shame or something, I guess. Also, that's something I probably should put in there. Check out Illuminating Rounds. I haven't watched them, but they run the ASL Scenario Archive, and if they're at least going to do that, then it's worth a plug. The French started to run away, and German fire occurred, breaking some squads. They let 2 squads behind and continued to flee in the woods. German captured both squads and weren't able to catch or fire at the other fleeing French troops. Decisive French victory with 16 EVP out of 13 needed. I clearly did something wrong, but helped me figure out what. Pretty much mathematically lost by turn 3. It's featured on Illuminating Round 16. Wow, they played this twice? This was the first of 2 playings in one night. It's short and therefore can be a bit dicey, a bit like fighting withdrawal in that both sides are sprinting for the same board edge. I read someone say of fighting withdrawal that the first to prep fire loses. That might just apply here. Very pro-German. With the Germans able to get CVP, it is a double hit to the French. I love the esoteric, I think I meant to say esoteric, but whatever, theme of this scenario. However, after 3 plays of this, I am at a complete loss how the French are supposed to win. Either there is a trick I can't see, or the German players who lost their scenarios were very unlucky. In my opinion, the Germans don't need the booby traps nor the high sand. None of the games I played did the booby traps even come into play. Germans had an advantage of leadership in the CVP count. French are disadvantaged with short time to cover the distance under fire, poor leadership, poor ELR, and being French. They break and are pretty much out of the game. I tried running from the start the first time I played the French and putting up a 2-turn fight before making my run the second time. If someone knows the trick to the French, please share. I'm losing sleep over this one. And lastly, my French went with 2 squads and both LMGs set up as a blocking force. 7 and 8-0 each took 3 squads and made a run for it. Good use of bypass movement has my 2 escape stacks well on their way. Germans suffered from terrible MC rolls with his squad KI'd and another captured. On turn 2, the German A1 would break and 2 more 447s would break an ELR. At the end of 2, Germans conceded as the French were going to exit 14 points and the Germans had been broken in the center. Yeah, I kind of feel like that seems to be the case for this scenario. Germans have to get a bit unlucky on morale checks, which I was. But there's no... I think the trick to this scenario is don't fight as the French. As in, like, don't... When you start an EE and FF, don't stay there. There's no reason to. Unless yeah, there's just no reason to. You can take FF7 because you set up second. You can take FF7 or FF6. You can go to FF4, FF3. Use bypass movement, get in the woods if you need to, get into FF6, FF7. Send singular squads so that your losses will only be 2 CVP at most. And while that doesn't help your exit victory point condition, any shots that are taken either have to be on a single squad or a better stack. And if you can suss out enough shots, then you can get stacks out, at least far enough. I do think, though, that the argument of the French are disadvantaged with short time to cover the distance under fire, poor leadership, poor ELR, and being French. The ELR is true. The morale is fine. The leadership is not bad. An 8-0 and a 7-0. I mean, it's not good because there's no negative modifiers, but it's not bad. There's no plus modifier. There's no other guy that sucks. There's no wounded leader type idea. The ELR does suck. Sand does suck for the French, although it only triggered once, which was very unfortunate. Had it pinned anybody else, I think the sniper would have probably secured a victory, because it would have taken out a guy who wasn't broken already. And I think another thing that's being overlooked here is that the French squads are 5 range, and that 5 range is very punishing because the Germans always are at a disadvantage. You always have to run into French fire for you to be able to do anything as the Germans. And I think that's the deciding factor here is, again, like being in the woods in this road, you get to cover a lot of easy movement, and the rest is as hard for the French as it is for the Germans. So when you're on a time crunch, the Germans don't want to go through the woods necessarily, and if you can hit them in CC5 and BB5 and AA6 and etc., with no real loss to firepower or hindrance, then yeah, the French are really at an advantage on that end. I'm not quite sure if there's like a better side to go on. I think the only thing that kind of limits the French in this scenario is that unless the Germans are completely boneheaded and only set up in the north, you're kind of forced to go through the center. Um, this doesn't seem like a real great way to go about things. You could do it, but just there's so much open ground at the start that it makes it unappealing. But again, could be done, I suppose. And then up here, same idea. Like I think, yeah, I think if the Germans have to spread out to start with, and the French have to take advantage of that, and then you have to just use movement. You don't get smoke as the French, which is probably like the only other thing that sucks. I don't think the Germans get smoke in this either. So yeah. But yeah, anyways, that is that for today. A little bit longer than I was expecting, so pretty good that I actually got to play out the entire scenario. But yeah, this is because it's a very short or very small scenario. It is a very swingy. So, I would suggest playing this one. You know what? I give this one, going by the ASL scenario rating. I think I'd give this one a solid 7, maybe an 8, 7.5, 8. I think is fair. The fact that you can't no quarter also makes it much more appealing, and you really it forces you to learn the prisoner rules a little bit more. I think this is another one that there should be a giant asterisk that says learn the prisoner rules, because you can't invoke no quarter, and I don't think you're allowed to invoke massacre. So most people will traditionally surround a unit. Like if the French broken guy in EE6, if I had a guy in FF5 and DD6 instead of EE7 and DD6, the guy in EE6 would have surrendered. He wouldn't have been eliminated, because again, that's how prisoner rule works, and I feel like most people forget about that. So they surround for easy kills. And there's no vehicles in this one, Rootin, so you can't you can't do the those, I don't want to say cheesy strats, but you can't do some shenanigans with vehicles. So you'd have units become prisoners, and then you can't massacre them, which doesn't count for CVP value. You could abandon them, but that would just get them under the control of the French. And then I forget what happens if you shoot those guys. If you shoot an abandoned unit, I'm not sure if that actually gets you CVP. Either way, a lot of shenanigans, kind of fun. Uh, so yeah, Saturday should have a game on Saturday. Hopefully we'll be able to resume. Rutan and I our battles there. We should have I believe 2 weekends. I have to actually check this. Should have 2 weekends of fun and being able to fight with the Russians versus Finnish. So yeah, looking forward to that. I hope everybody else is also excited for that. It'll be a lovely milestone to hit the next theater of war, and then after that, who knows when we'll get there, but getting to 1940 is going to be it's not going to take too long to get there. Although there are a lot of scenarios that we can play through. Anyways, it's not going to take too long to get there, and it's going to be a very special moment for me, anyways, to get all the way there to that next year. So until next week, hopefully everybody has a lovely time, and I will see you then. Bye.